Hi, thank you so much for joining my live. This book is absolutely amazing. I'm on here today sharing about the Power Forward book by Dean Tolson. I had the pleasure of meeting this young man, and it was an absolute honor to meet him and to find out a little bit about his story, why he wrote this book, and everything involved in the process of writing the book. This chapter today, Chapter 6. I'm reading one chapter a day, which I'm really thrilled about that. And I'm learning so much about his life and his story. Wow. Wow. Stedman Graham, an American educator, businessman, and author, says, I believe this book is destined to reach a broad spectrum of people, young and old, rich and poor, educated and uneducated, job holders and job seekers, as well as students and student athletes. On every page, it challenges you to look deep and ask, who am I? Let Dean Tolson's story inspire you to answer that question for yourself. This has so much power in this. Power Forward, I love the name, even though his position with the pro basketball team was a power forward, the meaning has so much more. I look at this as power forward, power within you, moving forward to accomplish the dreams and the goals that you set out to desire, that you set out to, that you desire, that you set out to accomplish, which is very motivational, it's inspirational. Everybody at one point in their life has some type of dream, even if it was way back when you were a child and maybe it got snuffed out of you, maybe it got kicked out of you, maybe it got stomped out of you. Maybe your dream simply went by the wayside because you had things that you were doing in life that you let overcome and overshadow and overpower your dream. You do have the power to move forward. It's just grasping that, pulling it in, and actually taking hold of it and taking hold of some of the people that can mentor you and go alongside with you so that you can reach those dreams. On chapter 6, now the first chapter was what drew me in. And this is a book I can definitely say will pull you in from the very first chapter. He starts out talking about his childhood, some things at a particular place he was staying. I'm being careful about what I say because I don't want to give the book away, the words. I don't want to give the power of what's in here for you to experience yourself. I don't want to give that out because I can't say it at all like the way he says it. He writes it in such a plain, unique, but soft-spoken manner, yet filled with passion and power and determination and persistence and perseverance. And it's just so filled with a magnitude that you have to actually read to grasp. Chapter 6, let me tell you a little bit about this. I'm reading a chapter a day. That's the idea. One day I read 2 chapters because I just could not put it down. But chapter 6, it made me cry. It's not too often I cry when I read a book, but this made me cry. One section in here, when his mother comes to where he is, and it's just, it's heartbreaking and it's touching. And it's a moment that is filled with so much love that is almost overwhelming and almost overbearing. In his book, the way he writes this Power Forward book, it takes you with him like you are side by side, like you're sitting right next to him on his journey with him. You're feeling everything that he's feeling. You're eating things that he's eating. You're drinking the things that he's drinking. You are talking to the coaches that he's talking to, and you're listening to the coaches that are speaking with him. That's the way he writes this book. You're just right here with him. So here is one point where he says, I had a standard. Now there's a whole lot. I'm taking this one sentence out of the context that it's in. He says, I had a standard pathetic little comeback every time they teased me. Quote, but I'm going to the NBA and you're not because you don't got game. Yeah. Now, when you read that sentence in the context that is in this book, it'll blow your mind. And the things that he had to the things that he had to experience that made him who he is today, part of what made him who he is today. In every single chapter, there's like a major up and a major down. It just grabs your heart. This particular this particular chapter, I just couldn't stop crying, especially when he brought his mother. He didn't bring his mother. When his mother came to his situation while he's in college, going through a traumatic time, like a mother does. The heart and the tears from the mother. If you're a mother, you'll cry. If you're not a mother, you'll cry. If you're a big, strong, super powerful person, you'll read this and you'll cry. It's so touching. So now at the end of chapter 6, and now that I might be heading to the killing fields, I was mostly just dreaming about survival. They had a name for him that they called him DTD. You got to read the book. Power Forward by Dean Tolson, with New York Times bestselling writer Lindsay Harrison. Dean Tolson's journey from illiterate NBA player to Magna Cum Laude master's degree. Get the book. You will love it, and you'll be so glad you did. It's also something that you want to share. So if you're part of an educational learning environment and you're looking at the possibilities of getting a book to add to that educational learning environment, this is a book that you want to put in your repertoire of books for everyone to be able to read it. If you have access to young people and you're looking for gifts to get, no doubt this Power Forward book is a book that you want to get. So I do want to give a shout out to Dean Tolson. Thank you so much for giving us your life story and for sharing it with us. Your story, your dreams of being an NBA player, and what you went through to get there as a young man who was illiterate and couldn't read, to Magna Cum Laude, master's degree, while you overcame all the many things that you overcame in this book. So thank you so much, Dean Tolson. My hat goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. I appreciate this book. Everyone that reads it will definitely get a huge, significant benefit from it, not only for themselves, but to be able to pass on to future generations. Get the book. You'll love it.